Welcome back to Court TV Live. Thanks for following along with us. We are following the Doomsday cult murder trial in Idaho, where Chad Daybell is on trial. They are in a morning break. So while we wait for that case to get started up again in the courtroom, we are following jury selection in another trial. Yeah, up in the state of New Jersey, and this is a heartbreaking case. The defendant here is a 29-year-old man by the name of Christopher Gregor, and he's charged with the murder of his then 6-year-old little boy named Corey. The boy died back in April of 2021 as a result of blunt force trauma to the chest and the abdomen. Investigators also revealed that the defendant had abused Corey in March of 2021 in an incident where the little boy was made to run on a treadmill by Gregor, who repeatedly adjusted the speed, which caused him to fall off. And this defendant is being held without bail. He maintains his innocence, pleaded not guilty in this case. As we wait for a jury to be selected in this case, let's look back at the background on how we got here. Here's Court TV anchor Julie Grant.
So guys, this is my mommy.
Police say 6-year-old Corey Micciolo died at the hands of his own father. Christopher Gregor is charged with first-degree murder. Gregor is accused of forcing Corey to run on a treadmill, calling him too fat as he increased the speed, causing Corey to fall repeatedly. Investigators say video from Gregor's apartment gym shows the incident. Later, he brought Corey to the hospital, where he died from blunt impact injuries.
We all know what happened. If it was an accident, everything would be different.
Court documents say Gregor later Googled, "Can your phone be tracked in airplane mode?" He also searched how long after an autopsy to file charges.
We don't have the full context of what was being searched, why it was being searched. It could be completely innocent.
It's just not something a parent does. You don't leave your son at the hospital while he's dying.
Investigators say he fled the state after Corey's death. Months later, he was charged with endangering the welfare of a child. On March 9th, 2022, he was arrested for murder and pleaded not guilty. Corey's mom, Bree Micciolo, says she made many reports of physical abuse to New Jersey Child Protective Services after Gregor came into Corey's life in 2019.
DCP&P should have done their jobs, and we wouldn't be here right now.
She says she has faith in the prosecutors to bring justice for her son.
It's just so hard knowing what we know. I can basically use my mind, and I can picture, it's horrible, but I just, from the autopsy report and knowing how Chris is, and just, I can tell what happened that day. It's their jobs to prove it, and hopefully they can.
All right, we do have a statement from Christopher Gregor's defense attorney, Mario Garlucci. The death of Corey Micciolo is tragic, but not murder. Unfortunately, Corey died from natural causes, and Dr. Michael Bodden, one of the nation's most esteemed forensic pathologists, is not only prepared to testify to the cause of death, but will also demonstrate how other experts have been influenced by factors other than science. It goes on to say in the statement that it should be noted that Christopher did not even know he was the child's father until he was about 2 years old. At that time, the child lived a very poor existence, and records will show that he was abused by his grandmother and others who were involved in his life. He went on to say, I look forward to trying this case in a courtroom and not through social media posts and intimidation. It should be noted that the Micciolos were arrested and convicted for attacking the Gregor family, as well as making threats against me and my family. This is who these people truly are, and it will become apparent that Brianna and Rebecca Micciolo were not capable of raising a child or a goldfish, for that matter. Sounds like we're going to see very aggressive defense inside, for sure, inside of that courtroom. Still with us, Franz Borghardt. Franz, at first blush, from what we know about the case, what we saw in Julie's piece, and then this very aggressive statement from the defense attorney, what are your thoughts?
There's nothing more genuine than a defense attorney saying, we're not going to try this case in social media or through intimidation and then using the media to try the case outside of the courtroom, right? It's a hot mess, right? And look, what's most tragic about this case is this was preventable. I hope at some point the state addresses child services not stepping in, but that to the side, if in fact he's guilty of these allegations, it's monstrous. And this was so unnecessary. This young man did not need to die, didn't need to be tortured by this defendant. So, you know, I guess I'm a little biased on this one as a father, but you know, I don't like it when I read, hey, we're not going to try this case in the court of public opinion while we try the case in the court of public opinion.
There is some separation, Franz, when it comes to the treadmill element of this case that prosecutors do have in how they have charged this case. That is a separate abuse claim, and it's at a separate time than when the child was taken to the hospital with those injuries and eventually died. But they're being tried at the same time, and the jury is going to hear about this treadmill incident. The defense is likely going to have a different version of what happened with this incident, but it's something that the jury is probably going to have a difficult time separating. Are you surprised that both are coming in at the same time?
So an isolated incident or allegation of abuse, an isolated instance of extremely bad parenting is one thing. But when you have a pattern, when you have two or more different incidents, all of a sudden it's easier for a jury to wrap their brain around this guy did it, right? This is why we fight tooth and nail to keep other crimes, other bad acts, evidence out of the courtroom when someone's accused of a crime, because it becomes easier to convict them. In this case, though, it's all a part of the same abuse, right? So all of a sudden, you know, can you really argue accident? Can you really argue that somebody else did it? I don't know that those defenses are going to work. And the problem is I think they're going to lock themselves into a defense, which is not their job. It's not their burden. But when you try to offensively defend someone, you lock yourself in, you back yourself into corners.
Yeah, but you have a child there, and it's sometimes that aggression you have to point. So the jury's going to be mad, and that technique is to divert that anger onto someone else if you're successful. But Franz is a good point. It's a tough case. Now, Michael Baden, that's bringing out the big guns, and it'll be a fascinating case as it goes through. Again, they're in jury selection. We're expecting opening statements up in New Jersey on Monday. We'll get a break here now.